was primarily just doing back end stuff. So
so let's segue into that. So back end developer is the next type.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do they do? What kind of says, hey, I'm a back end developer?
Well, back end developers usually they develop logic and they develop algorithms for, let's just say, accessing data or doing server side logic on the back end that will be presented to the front end developers. Right. So let's just take polling for customer information. A front end developer will develop all of these UI designs to show the data that is going to be presented to a user. So they have to go get the data. So back-end developers create all of the server-side logic that accesses a database, pulls that customer information from a database table, and you may have a service layer in the middle that does some type of data massaging.
Right, and displays it in a somewhat meaningful way to the front end.
Right. And then that data is sent back to the front end for it to be displayed.
Yep.
So and that is traditionally in the last 15, 20 years, where a lot of jobs in the IT industry were. Right. You didn't have to have a robust front end developer to sit here and come up with the design and complexity for UI. Yeah. You were just asking for data and then it was being returned, and all of that data and how it was returned, and the format it was in back end development. So. Yeah.
Websites weren't that fancy.
Yeah, no, they were not. Definitely not.
The 2000s. Go look at some websites from the 2000s.
Right. And in back-end development, there's two primary kings of back-end development, and that's Java and .NET.
Yep,
so
C#.
C# and
PHP.
Well, I was going to get into that. Those are the two king ones. If you're talking about enterprise, business, web applications, and things like that, those are
right. Yeah, for business applications. For sure.
Definitely you have other languages like PHP and Ruby on Rails.
Ruby's on Rails is the framework.
Okay,
but Ruby, Python, stuff like that.
Yeah, for me personally, I've been in the .NET world my entire career, so I can't really speak intelligently about the other ones.
That's why I caught you before you said Ruby on Rails.
But that's the beauty of it, is that you can concentrate. I want to be a back end developer, but what type of back end developer do I want to be? Do I want to be a Java back end developer? Do I want to be a C# back end developer? Do I want to develop with PHP?
And look at your region. So look at your region and what jobs are around you. Like, I know the West Coast is really heavy in Java.
Right.
If they have C# developers out there, but they're really heavy in Java.
Oh yeah, and in particular in our area, I think
it's flipped.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's why it's important, I think, to look at where, unless you're just open. If you're open to anything, and obviously there's Java developers where we're at. We don't discriminate.
No.
But there are a lot of C# opportunities out there.
Right. Sure. No, and definitely, you can make a solid impact on your career with any one of those. And you can make a decent living. You can excel.
And you can jump too. Like, I think we could jump easily to Java, and vice versa. We could take on a Java developer and he'd get the ropes, because you know the fundamentals of server-side programming.
Okay, so Drew, where do you recommend that someone who wants to get into back-end development, where should they start, and what resources should they use to gain some knowledge in back-end development?
Yep. So I think back-end development, a good place to start would be like Udemy or Pluralsight. Of these, there's a bunch of training platforms out there. That are video based. If you don't learn video based, you can do a lot of dig into the documentation.
Right.
But I think it's important to learn a popular architecture. So like MVC, is really popular.
Right.
That's kind of molding into more of a web API
Yes.
structure.
Yep.
But
Yep.
kind of dig into those, and through that, you'll learn a server-side, pick a server-side language, and then just dive immediately into that and
Yep, I
learn
agree.
that. I
Yep.
think that's a good place to start.
Agree. And when you start taking these classes, you'll see very quickly how the back end development and the front end development is married together.
Right.
You
Yep.
know.